Okay, the next thing to do is to be able to start supporting your pupils with being able to curate their work in their digital portfolio. So if you ask your pupils to open up their portfolio now, one of the first things you're going to ask them to do is to rename their portfolio. So if they've already done that in the folder, it will appear here at the top. They'll also be able to change the name at the top of the portfolio here. And again, they can just put their names in there. And what we're going to ask them to do is to start making this portfolio theirs. So they can add in a photograph of themselves. They can take a screenshot or a photo from their webcam using their Google Drive and using Google Drawings. So they're able to add photos. They can talk all about themselves, and they can start to add in little bits of information about themselves. What I always do is to make sure that our pupils also, for this school year, that we add one or two pieces of work and we actually make the effort to show that this is the main purpose of this portfolio, certainly for us as staff. So from here, the pupils are able to click the add button. We make use of Google Classroom, so it makes it easy for the pupils to add things from their Google Drive. And then if I just go into one of my folders, I can select a piece of work. So all they're doing is they're going to be clicking on the slideshow, adding it on as their piece of work. This was and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to add in what my reflection on it would be in this. And again, this would probably start off in the initial stages with some scaffolding from the class teacher, where you're pulling in ideas from the class, and you're going to be supporting the pupils with what they've learned. And certainly, if the learning objectives have been shared constantly, hopefully that is the point at which there's going to be reflected against. So once the pupils have then done this, they're going to then need to keep adding their work through the year. It can be at the end of a term. It could be at the end of a piece of work, so it's fresh in their memories. And that's when I think it would probably work better, so that the pupils are having time to reflect and add their work to their portfolios when it's fresh in their minds. What pupils then need to do is to publish their website. So at the moment, the only person who can see this would be the pupil. So by publishing it, what we're actually going to see is that the pupils are able to publish it under the Hub Cymru domain, and we then want to make sure that all the pupils have got their own web address. So if I click publish, it then allows me to see this link, and this is what I'm going to need to get from the pupils in order to make sure that I can then go onto their digital portfolio and access it. So what we ask the pupils to do is to click on that get link, and then they copy the link and they share that with us. And I'm going to show you how they do that in the next video.